I've never seen a more beautiful population of people in my life, honestly. I don't know how they've survived. I just don't know. Wasn't too many overdoses here, mostly methamphetamine use when I first came, and now, as you know, the numbers are astronomical. There's no reason for somebody to die from an opiate overdose. So I think what we have is a lack of understanding of how to save a life. We have an uneducated community of folks around how to prevent overdose deaths. So my name is Stephanie Almeida. I'm executive director and founder of Full Circle Recovery Center and Smoky Mountain Harm Reduction. We're here in Macon County in Franklin. Originally from Somerville, Massachusetts, and I've been in Western North Carolina now for about 15 years. I started way back in the 90s as a tobacco enforcement officer at a health department in Somerville, Massachusetts. And then the Master Settlement Agreement decimated services in the state. So I started volunteering with the local substance use coalition that was working on underage drinking. And that's when we started to notice that young people were dying from prescription pills at the time. And so I've been involved pretty much since the beginning. You know, the deaths are just part of the substance use life. Um, I'm surprised my brother Michael lived as long as he did, given the chaotic lifestyle that he led. Jimmy was a little bit different. He was a little bit more solid foundation around work, and he had a family. And yeah, it was surprising. They were both surprising. Nobody expects to lose a brother, right? I'm 52, and he should have been, you know, he should be turning 48 this year. Um, yeah, so I don't. 10 years ago, he was still in his 30s, right? I can't even imagine, you know, what they would look like today. So we bring families together to talk about their loved ones, to pray for folks that are still out there, to celebrate folks in recovery. So we don't turn anybody away. Anybody connected to substance use is welcome. Children, families, whatever it looks like, we love on everybody. Last year, we partnered with an organization out of Binghamton, New York called Truth Farm, PHARM. It was started by a mom who lost her son, Alexis Plus. She lost her boy to an overdose, and started these tombstones, these memorial stones in memory of the folks that have passed. And so this is the stone that I was able to create for my brother Michael. And It has this picture on it, their name, their date of birth, date of death, and just a little something about them. In our family, we always use this little prayer. And so we're Irish Catholic, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palms of His hands. I don't think there's a more special place to be than sitting with their Father, right? And we've got 108,000 people that have died from an opiate overdose last year versus 77,000 the year before. So we've got the most ginormous, incredible number of folks have increased. That's the biggest number yet that we've had an increase in overdose deaths. And so telling people not to do something doesn't stop them from doing it. And the reality is that our people here in Western North Carolina are suffering badly. So, I mean, we have no transportation, but some of these folks have never been out of Macon County. Can't even imagine not being in Asheville at least, right? Doesn't make sense to me, but if they've never driven and they don't have access. So we have a system here in Western North Carolina that has kept our folks down, right? Maybe they don't have access to education because they had to get out on the family's farm at an early age to survive, picking tobacco. So the laws are really prohibitive. All of the focus is on punishment. DEA is a perfect example, right? We're going to spend all this money, millions and millions and billions of dollars, right, between Colombia to try and stop the cocaine from coming in and Mexico from the other drugs coming in. People's lives are getting ruined, not just the person using drugs, but the whole family. I think, again, if we can take the money and put it into prevention, start teaching these young people about emotional intelligence, about how to soothe themselves, right? That it's okay to be upset and sad. It's completely normal emotion, right? What we do is try to make people change it, right? It's okay to be sad. It's okay to sit and be sad. Eventually it gets better, right? For most people. So what does safe use look like? Well, I can't tell you because they're illegal and we haven't been able to do research, right? So again, policy is impeding us being able to give information to the community for safety. It's a big deal. Our region just is not focused on prevention, so we're going to keep putting fires out at the end and burying people until we shift funding to prevention and reduce the demand for substances.